Hey guys, welcome back. It's Joseph. Quick and simple gospel. Yeshua, Jesus came to this earth, lived a perfect 33 years, was crucified on a cross for our sins, buried in a tomb for 3 days, and rose from the grave on the third day. We are saved through faith in Christ alone and by no other name. Amen. So good morning guys, hope you are doing well today. Got a few stories to talk about today. Number one, Wisconsin school shooting, 2 victims identified. So we're going to go over that. And then also, very interesting story on the Pope's 88th birthday. Pope Francis reveals he was nearly assassinated during historic Iraq trip. Again, that was on the Pope's 88th birthday, right? Of course, Trump equals 88, and we've been talking about the soon assassination of Trump. So we'll talk about both those stories today. Should be a good show. Give it a few seconds, wait for a few people, and then we'll get started. Hey Dougie, how you doing? Hey Leslie, hey Patrick, hey Todd. Hope you guys are doing well. Hey Cheryl, good to see you. Guys, do me a favor when you come in, please hit the like button. Very much appreciated. Helps out the algorithm and helps more people find the video. And also, please hit the share button, that way we can get this out to more people. Alright guys, here we go. Alright guys, give me a second to get all set up. Alright guys, so we're going to start with this story. And this is a confirmation, okay? This is like my 3rd video on this topic, the Wisconsin school shooting. And I told you guys in the first video that this whole thing was connected to the Antichrist, Barack Obama. Okay, that was before I had the names of the victims. And as you're going to see, both of their names are connected to Obama and Pope Francis. And we've already made the Jesuit connection also in the first video. So this is a big confirmation video, as you're going to see. Okay? And if you ask me, for the record, what's my opinion on these victims, they look like computer-generated images to me. Remember, there's a website called thispersondoesnotexist.com. If you just keep hitting the refresh button, it'll create a computer-generated image of a person, and it'll look like a real person, just like this. But I've done this long enough, and all these photos, they just look computer-generated. They don't look real to me. Maybe it's just me, but anyways, their names are perfectly coded, and the whole thing is a ritual, and most likely the whole thing is FAKE. But anyways, Wisconsin school shooting, 2 victims identified. We get this article yesterday on December 18th. The student and teacher who were killed earlier this week in a horrific school shooting in Wisconsin have been identified. According to the Dane County Medical Examiner's Office, 14-year-old student Rubi Patricia Vergara and 42-year-old teacher Erin West died in Monday's shooting at Abundant Life Christian School in Madison. All right, guys. So, before we get started, I want to show you. 2 days ago, I put this video out. Antichrist confirmation, Abundant Life Christian School shooting. You see the picture of Obama there? You see where it says Antichrist confirmation? You see where it says 2 days ago? Okay? So I already connected this to Obama before I had the names of the victims. You ready? Here we go. Guys, we're going to break this down all by the numbers using gematria, which is simply letters as numerals. And once you learn the simple code of coding letters into numbers, you can see right through the scripted coded news every day. So, I told you guys this whole thing was about Barack Obama. Again, that was before I had the names of the victims. So, what do you know? Both names are connected to Obama. Number one, Rubi Vergara, the alleged 14-year-old student. Well, notice Rubi Vergara equals 76 in the same cipher. Barack Obama equals 76. And according to her obituary, she was born on the 76th day of the year. 76. How many times we talked about Obama and the number 76? Don't forget, in the same cipher, Obama's book, A Promised Land, equals 76. Don't forget, Obama's movie, Leave the World Behind, has 76s all over the place. The movie starts with a 76 on the coffee cup, and then they got to take exit number 76 to get to the vacation house. Remember the blackout in that movie? It starts with the cell phones going out. We had the big cell phone outage 76 days after Obama's movie came out. That was the AT&T outage on 2/22. Don't forget the Antichrist, Barack Obama, 2/22. Don't forget the Georgia Guidestones went down on 7/6, right? And 76 is a big number. Skull and Bones also equals 76. So stick around to the end. We're going to talk more about Skull and Bones. Remember, this incident happened 322 days from the mayor's birthday. Remember, the Georgia Guidestones opened on 3/22, right? So this happened 322 days from the mayor's birthday, and Skull and Bones equals 76 in the same cipher. And going back to the Guidestones, which opened on 3/22, went down on 7/6. They were built under the alias RC Christian, which equals 76 in this cipher. And then don't forget, member of Skull and Bones, George W. Bush turned 76 years old the day the Guidestones went down. And again, Skull and Bones equals 76. But anyways, we're talking about Obama first. All right, Rubi Vergara, 76, Barack Obama, 76 in the same cipher, and she was born on the 76th day of the year. So her name equals Barack Obama, and she's 14 years old. Well, look at that. Obama equals 14. How perfect. Well, what if I told you Rubi Patricia Vergara allegedly died exactly 134 days after Obama's birthday? And what if I told you Rubi Patricia Vergara equals 134 in the same cipher as Madison, Wisconsin shooting 134, as Barack Hussein Obama II, Obama's full name? They're all 134 in the same cipher, and Rubi Patricia Vergara, which equals 134, was allegedly killed 134 days after Obama's birthday. Now, how do you explain that? When I told y'all days ago this is about Obama, and I didn't even have her name. So how do you explain it? Obama equals 14. She's 14 years old. Rubi Vergara equals Barack Obama. We're only 3 slides into it, and that's a lot to be a coincidence already. Well, how about the other person? Their name is Erin West. Notice Erin West equals 103, like Obama is 103 in the same cipher. And how many times have I talked about Obama and the number 103 lately? You remember when Obama was with Eminem in Michigan at the Kamala Harris rally, exactly 103 days after Eminem released the song Antichrist, and Eminem equals 103 in the same cipher as Obama? And then Dragon equals 103. By the way, Eminem's a perfect match to Dragon. When you write out 666, it equals 103. Dragon 103, Obama 103, Eminem 103. Eminem was with Obama together in Michigan 103 days after the song Antichrist came out. right? By the way, the song Antichrist starts out, says the devil came to Michigan. They were together in Michigan. Also, don't forget, Barack and Michelle equals 103, married on 10/3. Did you know they endorsed Kamala Harris 103 days before the election? Did you know when Donald Trump announced he was running for re-election, it was exactly 666 days after his last full day in office, but that same day was 103 weeks before the election and exactly 103 days from Obama's birthday. So we're always talking about Obama in the 103. I told y'all this was about Obama, and now we have Erin West with the 103 like Obama. But wait, there's more. And this might be one of the best slides in the whole decode. Look at this. So I already showed you, right? Sorry, the trash man's outside if you're hearing some noise. So I already showed you this. Rubi Patricia Vergara, 134, died 134 days after Obama's birthday, okay? Well, how many days before Obama's birthday was it? It was 232 days before Obama's birthday. And the other victim is teacher Erin West. Check it out. Teacher Erin West, 232. Madison, Wisconsin, 232. Christian school, 232. Wisconsin shooting, 232. Oh yeah, Satan equals 232. It just happened to be 232 days before Obama's birthday. I mean, come on. Teacher Erin West, 232. Madison, Wisconsin, 232. Christian school, 232. Wisconsin shooting, 232. 232 days before Obama's birthday. Okay. And then Satan equals 232. Which leads me to my next point. This shooting happened 10 months and 18 days before the mayor's birthday. How many times we talked about Obama and the number 1018? And he said unto them, I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven. Barack means lightning. Bama means the heights. So Barack Obama means lightning from the heights, kind of like Luke 10:18. I beheld Satan as lightning fall from heaven, heaven the heights, right? This is why Event 201 was on 10/18. This is why Brittany Griner, with the 10/18 birthday, was found guilty and sentenced on Obama's birthday. This is why Obama's movie, Leave the World Behind, has the theme of Friends, and it's all about finishing the last episode of Friends, right? Well, the last episode of Friends is Season 10, Episode 18. By the way, the last episode is 2 hours and 22 minutes long. We've had so many 1018 rituals. Don't forget, Obama's the clone of Akhenaten. They look identical. Akhenaten Obama equals 666. Did you know Akhenaten is the 10th ruler of the 18th dynasty? Remember when Obama was represented in that song J. Christ from Lil Nas X? Lil Nas X has the Satan shoes, which have 1018 on them, and a million other 1018 rituals. We talked about it with Squid Game, which is all connected to Obama. The list goes on. But anyways, this is all about Obama, this whole ritual. So what are the odds? The ritual was 10 months and 18 days before the mayor's birthday. Now, perhaps the biggest connection to Obama, number 44, right? Well, this shooting happened 44 days after the mayor's birthday in Wisconsin, which equals 44, Madison, Wisconsin, 44, shooting 44, gunfire 44, mass shooter 44, and they say she was inspired by Columbine. Notice she's wearing the same shirt as Eric Harris from Columbine, and the shooting happened 4 months and 4 days before the Columbine anniversary. It's a lot of 44s, right? And considering all the connections we've already made to Obama, right, there's another big one. Obama number 44, this happened 44 days after the mayor's birthday in Wisconsin, 44. Madison, Wisconsin, 44, shooting 44. 4 months and 4 days before Columbine anniversary. So we've made the clear connection to Obama. How about the connection to the false prophet, Pope Francis? Because what if I told you Rubi Vergara is a perfect match to Pope Francis in 3 out of the 4? And what if I told you on December 17th, a memorial was set up to honor the victims of the shooting? So they set up the memorial for the victims on the Pope's birthday, December 17th. And you're telling me the name of one of the victims is a perfect match to Pope Francis when they literally had the memorial set up on the Pope's birthday? Nothing fishy there, right? Well, what if I told you we've already made the connection to the Pope and the Jesuits? That was before we had the name of the victims. So we've already established that the shooting happened December 16th. That was 201 days after Wisconsin's birthday. And it happened in Madison, Wisconsin, which is named after James Madison, which equals 201, like the Jesuit Order 201. Pope Francis, a member of the Jesuit Order, the head of the Catholic Church, and his full name. The full name of Pope Francis is Jorge Mario Bergoglio, which equals 201. And he lives in suite number 201 at the Domus Sancti Marte, which equals 201. And the Georgia Guidestones went down 201 days from the Pope's birthday. Don't forget, the Guidestones are built under the alias R.C. Christian, which is a perfect match to Pope Francis in 3 out of the 4. By the way, that would mean Rubi Vergara is also a perfect match to R.C. Christian. Actually, in every cipher, because remember, Rubi Vergara had the 76, right, in reversible reduction. R.C. Christian equals 76 in that same cipher. So, yeah, fun fact. Rubi Vergara is a perfect match to R.C. Christian, the alias that the Guidestones are built under. The Guidestones that went down 201 days from the Pope's birthday. But also Ignatius of Loyola equals 201. That's the founder of the Jesuit Order. We had Event 201, the pandemic simulation. Main sponsor, William Henry Gates, which equals 201. We had the Microsoft outage this year on the 201st day of the year. First celebrity with COVID, Tom Hanks. He let us know when he tested positive for COVID that he was also losing in gin rummy by 201 points. We had WHO Director Tedros. He just declared monkeypox a global health emergency 201 days from his birthday. We had the pandemic simulation, Event 201, which was held on 10/18, of course. And then we had the newest pandemic simulation called Preparing for Disease X. And that one was held 201 weeks after COVID was declared a pandemic and 201 days from Obama's birthday. And don't forget, King of Babylon, Barack Obama, 201. That Old Serpent, 201. The Son of Perdition, Barack Hussein Obama, 201. But yeah, this happened 201 days after Wisconsin's birthday. Like James Madison, 201. Jesuit Order, 201. Jorge Mario Bergoglio, 201. Now, how is this for a Jesuit connection? This is some new information, people. And this right here should blow your mind, because I've been talking about the Jesuits and the number 177 for a long time. Okay? Very big number we talk about on this channel. Too many examples to go over. What if I told you Rubi Patricia Vergara allegedly died exactly 177 months after she was born, and guess what? The Jesuit Order in simple English is 177. Like New World Order is 177. We were talking about George Bush earlier with the Guidestones. Remember, of course, they were reading The Pet Goat on 9/11, but did you know The Pet Goat was a story inside of a larger book called Reading Mastery 2? Reading Mastery 2 equals 177, like George Walker Bush 177. Remember when Hunter Biden was found guilty on the gun charges exactly 177 weeks after his dad became the president, and it was 177 days from the Pope's birthday that same day, and Hunter Biden equals 177? That's just a few examples off the top of my head. Here's a few more. How about Alvin Bragg equals 177, Stormy Daniels equals 177. The hush money trial began 177 days from Alvin Bragg's birthday. Just a few examples. But anyways, how can we say this is a coincidence, people. Take a minute, slow down, and try to absorb what I'm showing you. Rubi Vergara is a perfect match to Pope Francis in 3 out of the 4. The memorial was set up on the Pope's birthday. Hello. The shooting was 201 days after Wisconsin's birthday. The full name of the Pope equals 201. The Pope, he's a member of the Jesuit order. She died exactly 177 months and 0 days after she was born. Do you understand the astronomical odds for all that to line up perfectly and for this to not be a ritual? It's impossible. It's mathematically impossible that this was not a ritual. So, what do you do with that information? I don't know. But yeah, she died 177 months exactly after she was born. The Jesuit Order 177, New World Order 177. She also died 274 days after her birthday. Isus hominum salvator, 274. That's the Jesuit motto. Now back to the teacher, Erin West. Erin West, 103, like Jesuits 103, the Vatican 103, and obviously Obama 103. We talked about that earlier. So we've already made the connection to the number 42 here, because it happened 42 days after the governor's birthday, and it happened in Madison, which equals 42. So we've already made the connection to 42 before we found out one of the victims was a 42-year-old teacher. So you see how that fits in perfectly? We have a 42-year-old as one of the victims, right? 42 days after the governor's birthday, Madison 42, Jesuit 42, female 42, right? She was a female. Gun 42, ammo 42, James Madison 42, remember Madison, Wisconsin, named after him, and Freemason 42. Now speaking of gun and ammo both also have gematria 15, which is interesting because it was a 15-year-old on the day leaving 15 days left in the year. Gun and ammo both 15. So we've already made the connection to the 74, all right? Madison, Wisconsin, 74. Christian School, 74. Chief Sean Barnes, 74. Then we got the name of the suspect, Natalie Rupnow, 74. Active shooter, 74. And now we find out one of the victims, teacher Erin West, 74. Madison shooting, 74. Killing in Masonic, 74. It's a lot of 74s in one ritual, don't you think? I mean, wow. Madison, Wisconsin, Christian School, Chief Sean Barnes, Natalie Rupnow, teacher Erin West, Madison shooting. They all equal 74. Like active shooter killing Masonic. That's pretty wild. Now, speaking of Masonic rituals, the shooting happened on East Buckeye Road. Notice East Buckeye Road is a perfect match to Masonic ritual in 3 out of the 4. Notice the 155 and the 56. Don't forget Freemasons is also 155 and 56. As you see right here. See how Freemasons equals 155 and 56? And you see how Sean Barnes is a perfect match to Freemasons in every cipher across the board? So that's the guy that was given the press conferences. Sean Barnes. And his name is a perfect match to Freemasons. And let's not forget, this shooting happened 322 days before the mayor's birthday. Skull and Bones, right? So, we already made the connection to Skull and Bones before I had the names of the victims. All right, check it out. Number 1, Erin West equals 41. Skull and Bones equals 41. In the same cipher. How about the other person? Oh, what do you know? Rubi Vergara, 76. Skull and Bones, 76 in the same cipher. Is that a coincidence? Days ago, I already told you this was connected to Skull and Bones with the 322. That's before I had these names. Erin West equals Skull and Bones. Rubi Vergara equals skull and bones. How about that? It was the Abundant Life Christian School. Abundant Life equals 109. And the name of the manifesto was War Against Humanity, which equals 109, like shooting and gunfire 109. Madison, Wisconsin equals 107 and 44, like shooting is 107 and 44. Notice the last name Ruppnow is 107, like Madison, Wisconsin and shooting. That's the last name of the shooter, right? Ruppnow equals shooting. Also wanted to remind you, this happened, remember it happened 201 days after Wisconsin's birthday, but it happened 164 days before Wisconsin's birthday. Abundant Life Christian School shooting equals 164. So Ruppnow, remember Ruppnow equals shooting. Natalie Ruppnow equals active shooter. It says, authorities were dispatched to a report of an active shooter at Abundant Life Christian School. So you're telling me Natalie Ruppnow is the active shooter and Natalie Ruppnow equals active shooter in two ciphers? What are the odds? And perhaps maybe the best part of the decode, saved it for last. What if I told you one of the victims is Teacher Erin West? And Teacher Erin West is a perfect match to Christian School in every cipher across the board. 4 out of 4. Teacher Erin West, 173, 74, 232, 88. Christian School, 173, 74, 232, 88. All in the same cipher. Pretty undeniable. Alright guys, that is it for this part. But don't go away yet. Got more to talk about. But yeah, if anybody would like to support the channel, here's how you can do so. Any support is very much appreciated. This is my full-time job. I am not monetized by YouTube, and I could really use the help right now. To be honest with you, this is the worst month I've had in the last 5 years on YouTube. And I know times are tough for everyone. Everybody's struggling, including me. You know, inflation is a real thing. We are in the end times, so I understand everybody is struggling. But if you guys could help me out, I would really appreciate it. I got PayPal, Venmo, Cash App, Zelle, and I'm very, very behind this month. So if y'all could help me out, I would really appreciate it. I feel like I've been putting out good work. I've been pretty much live like every single day with big decodes. I've done over 10,000 decodes over 5 years, you know. So if y'all could help me, I would appreciate it. And thank you so much to everyone who does support. You guys are amazing. Okay, now for anyone who came in late, we're going to recap this in a minute. But before we do that, I want to cover another important story that I haven't seen a lot of other people talk about, which is fine. Not everyone's looking for this stuff. But anyways, definitely worth mentioning this because we've been talking about the soon assassination of Donald Trump, right? And all the predictive programming around that. Well, don't forget, we just had, you'll have to go back and watch the live from yesterday. The same day, Luigi Mangione, remember that whole story with Brian Thompson that was all connected to Trump? But the same day that Luigi Mangione was officially indicted in New York, there was a mass shooting in his hometown of Towson, Maryland. And it was all connected to Trump. Of course, Towson equals Trump, Maryland equals Trump, Towson, Maryland equals Donald John Trump, and a million other connections. So we've had a lot of predictive programming over the last couple days, which is interesting because it was all around the Pope's 88th birthday. And then I saw this story. I said, well, this is pretty obvious. This is all pointing to Trump. Okay, let me show you what I'm talking about. Pope Francis reveals he was nearly assassinated during historic Iraq trip. Okay, look at the date of this article. Okay, December 17th. Why does that matter? Okay, December 17th was the Pope's 88th birthday, and Trump equals 88. Now, here's the crazy thing. This allegedly happened during a trip to Iraq back in March of 2021, okay? Iraq equals 45. Donald Trump, the 45th president. This happened allegedly 45 months ago, okay? Why? Ask yourself, why are we hearing about this story on the Pope's 88th birthday 45 months later? Ask yourself, why was this not a story over the last, 45 months? Why did this story come out on the Pope's 88th birthday? Perhaps because the assassination of Trump is soon, and Trump equals 88. Remember when Trump was shot, allegedly, in Butler, 88 months after the Snoop Dogg video Lavender came out, where he's pointing the gun at Trump? Remember the birthday of Thomas Crooks was 9/20/03, the 8,888th prime number. And Back to the Future, they got to reach 88 miles per hour. Donnie J. Darko set in the year 88. The numbers on his arm add up to 88. Right? The raid on Mar-a-Lago, August 8th, 88. Trump's number to text, 88022. Right? Why did they wait to the 88th birthday of the Pope to put this out? Because it's all predictive programming. All right? But yeah, on top of the 88, Iraq 45. It's been 45 months. By the way, back to what happened in Butler and Thomas Crooks. Someone asked me yesterday, they said, do you think that was all real or was that another ritual? I said, well, it's pretty obvious. Number one, don't forget they blame that whole thing on Kimberly Cheadle, the Secret Service director. Did you know the event in Butler was exactly 666 days after Kimberly Cheadle assumed office? They try to blame the whole thing on her. So what does that tell you? Butler was 666 days after Kimberly Cheadle assumed office as the head of the Secret Service. Okay, so there's one thing for you. Number two, it was on the 195th day of the year. Trump shooting equals 195. Corey Comparator, 195. Right, that's the firefighter who was in the stands. It was exactly 48 weeks before Trump's birthday. 48 weeks. Trump shot equals 48. Trump rally equals 48. Donald Trump equals 48. He was grazed by the gunman 29 days after his birthday. Grazed 29, gunman 29, Trump 29. You remember in iPet Goat 2, there's a rabbit in the back of the classroom? That rabbit has a bullet hole in its upper right ear. Don't forget, rabbit equals Trump. How about the fact that it was symbolism from Revelation 13:3. If you copy and paste the whole verse from Revelation 13:3, it equals 1086, I believe. 1086. And here, let me see if I can pull that up real quick. But yeah, they're using symbolism from Revelation 13:3. Long story short, I believe the number is 1086. If you add up the whole verse, Revelation 13:3. Long story short, Thomas Crooks was exactly 1086 weeks old and 0 days. Here you go. So this wasn't the real event from Revelation 13:3. They were doing symbolism. But look, and I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast. That equals 1086. Thomas Crooks was exactly 1086 weeks and 0 days old. Okay? And then don't forget, gunshot wound, 10,086. Thomas M. Crooks, 1086. The president, 10,086. By the way, the real 10,086, here's a post of mine from 2022 talking about that number years before the event happened. That's when I was talking about CERN going full power July 5th, 2022, which was exactly 1,086 weeks after 9/11. They went full power with the Large Hadron Collider, which equals 1086. And the same cipher, the full name of the Antichrist, Barack Hussein Obama II, 1086, the B system, 1086. So, is all that a coincidence? I don't know. I don't think so. Now back to the 88s. Remember, this story came out on the Pope's 88th birthday, right? Look, here's the birthday of Crooks, 9/20/03. That's the 8,888th prime number. What are the odds of that? Trump got shot in Butler, allegedly 88 months after the Snoop Dogg video. Donnie J. Darko, you got Frank the Rabbit. Frank equals Donald in 3 ciphers. And then you got Donnie with the Triumph sweater, which has TRUMP right there. And then that movie is set in the year 88, and the numbers on Donnie's arm add up to 88. And Jake Gyllenhaal's full name equals 88. And that movie takes place in Middlesex, Virginia. Middlesex is 888. Like Mar-a-Lago, 888. Like Donald J. Trump is 888. Like he made the calm before the storm statement 888 days before COVID was declared a pandemic. Like the Art of the Deal 888. Like B System 888. Like when Pope Francis opens up the 5 sacred portals on Christmas Eve, he's going to be 88 years old in 8 days. Right? How about the raid on Mar-a-Lago, August 8th, 8-8? How about Back to the Future, where Biff represents Trump and they got to reach 88 miles per hour? How about his number to text, 88022? And then back to the rabbit. Remember, you got Frank the Rabbit and Donnie Darko, and then you got the rabbit in I Pet Goat 2 with the bullet hole wound. Hard to see, but it's right there. Anyways, again, rabbit equals Trump in 2 ciphers. But anyways, there's some fun facts for you. Anyways, so in addition to the 88 and the 45 and all that, we got this news 187 days after Trump's birthday, and 187 is the code for murder. And Society of Jesus equals 187. Well, isn't Pope Francis a member of the Society of Jesus? Right? So hopefully you see the connection. This is literally a story about assassination on the Pope's 88th birthday. Random story, 45 months later when Trump's number 45 in Iraq equals 45. So, yeah, I think this is more predictive programming for the Trump assassination. There's some loud birds out there. I don't know if y'all can hear them. But also, the same day that came out, this story came out too. We covered this. Trump formally clinches Electoral College victory on the Pope's birthday. So not only did he clinch the victory on the Pope's birthday, I'm going to have to go scare them birds away. Those birds are so loud. But anyways, the same day the assassination story came out and the same day Trump officially clinched the Electoral College, it was 614 weeks after he became the Pope. Okay, why does that matter? Because Trump's birthday is 6/14. So, that's what I want to show you. Is Donnie Darko 187? Is it? Hey, let's see. Oh, look at that. Well, that's pretty interesting. Thank you, El Paculi. I didn't realize that. Well, here I am making the connection to Donnie Darko with the 187. Right? Look at that. Donnie Darko 187. This happened. This story. Right? Remember, Donnie Darko, it's all about the 88. The movie set in 88. Jake Gyllenhaal's full name equals 88. The numbers on his arm add up to 88, right? That's why I brought up the... that's why I just brought it up, right? Donnie Darko, because the 88's, right? So El Paculi tells us, in addition to the fact that this news came out 187 days from Trump's birthday and 187 is the homicide code, he lets us know Donnie Darko is also 187. Wow. Which now, you know what I'm going to have to do now? I'm going to have to go to my decode from yesterday now, because how big was that connection to the number 187? Let me just show you that real quick. Today is Jake Gyllenhaal's birthday. Are you kidding me? Thanks, Cody. Man, what a matrix, huh? I didn't know that. So I didn't know Donnie Darko was 187. I didn't know today was Jake Gyllenhaal's birthday. Here I am pulling up the Jake Gyllenhaal slide. Wow. But yeah, let me show you how big we just connected Trump to the 187 just yesterday. Here. Because on Tuesday night, on the Pope's birthday, 187 days after Trump's birthday, there was a mass shooting in Towson, Maryland. All right, that's the hometown of Luigi Mangione. And I already connected the whole thing with Luigi Mangione and Brian Thompson to Donald Trump, right? So we had this mass shooting in Towson, Maryland. Remember, Towson equals Trump, Maryland equals Trump. Towson, Maryland equals Donald John Trump. But anyways, that shooting was 187 days after Trump's birthday. Like CEO Brian Thompson, 187. Brian Thompson, 187. Brian Thompson was killed 187 days after the birthday of Hilton Hotels. And on top of all that, when they arrested Luigi at the McDonald's, remember Trump was at a Pennsylvania McDonald's and he was shot in Pennsylvania. Remember, he was shot in Butler, which is a perfect match to Altoona, where the guy was arrested. Anyways, the guy was arrested 187 days before Trump's birthday. So, we've been talking a lot about Trump and shootings in 187. So that's very interesting. Donnie Darko, you know, one of the biggest predicted programmings for Trump being shot. And now we know Donnie Darko has the 187. So, very good. Very good. Yeah, Matrix for sure. Biblical Matrix, that's what I call it. I don't like to call it a simulation or anything like that, but it's basically like it's a biblical matrix where we all have free will within the matrix. It's like a testing ground, pretty much. But there's, you know, synchronicity and alignment and all kinds of stuff going on down here. God uses numbers. Satan uses numbers. It's a crazy world. But anyways, if you're just coming in, let me give you the quick recap here. This shouldn't take more than 5 to 10 minutes, all right? So, Wisconsin school shooting, 2 victims identified. This article from yesterday, December 18th. The 2 victims, 14-year-old Ruby Patricia Vergara, 42-year-old teacher Erin West. I told you guys days ago, before I had the names of the victims, that this was all connected to Obama, right? We also made the Jesuit connections. And as you're going to see, now we have multiple confirmations that I was correct. Yet again, all credit to God. No credit to me. So, number 1, Ruby Vergara equals 76. Barack Obama equals 76 in the same cipher. 76, huge number with Obama. You'll have to go back if you want to hear the whole list of 76. But also, Ruby Vergara was born on the 76th day of the year. And don't forget, Skull and Bones equals 76 in the same cipher. And the shooting happened 322 days from the mayor's birthday, 322. The number of Skull and Bones, kind of like the Georgia Guidestones, which opened on 322, but they went down on 76. You see what I mean? Yeah. So, Ruby Vergara equals Barack Obama. She's 14 years old. Obama equals 14. Ruby Patricia Vergara, her full name equals 134. She died 134 days after Obama's birthday. And the Madison, Wisconsin shooting, which equals 134. And Barack Hussein Obama II, 134, all in the same cipher. Pretty crazy considering I told you guys days ago this was connected to Obama before I had the name Ruby Patricia Vergara. Don't you think it's interesting that Ruby Patricia Vergara equals Barack Hussein Obama II and Ruby Vergara equals Barack Obama in the same ciphers? Right? Now how about the other one, Erin West? Erin West has the 103 like Obama, 103. Again, a long list of 103s. If you're coming in late, you might want to go back and listen to the long list of the 103s. This happened 232 days before Obama's birthday. Teacher Erin West, 232. Madison, Wisconsin, 232. Christian school, 232. Wisconsin shooting, 232. And Satan, 232. And speaking of Satan, Luke 10:18 says, I beheld Satan as Barack Obama, basically, because Barack Obama means lightning from the heights. That's Luke 10:18. The shooting was 10 months and 18 days before the mayor's birthday. And don't forget the other connections with Obama and Satan. Remember Obama's slogan, yes we can? When you listen to it backwards, you'll hear thank you Satan. And when Obama announced he was running for president, he was exactly 45 years, 6 months, and 6 days old. Strong's 4566 is Satan. The shooting happened 44 days after the mayor's birthday. Obama number 44, Wisconsin 44, Madison, Wisconsin 44. Shooting, gunfire, mass shooter, they're all 44. And she was allegedly inspired by Columbine. This happened 4 months and 4 days before the Columbine anniversary. Rubi Vergara is a perfect match to Pope Francis in 3 out of the 4. And they set up the memorial on December 17th, the Pope's birthday. The shooting was 201 days after Wisconsin's birthday. In Madison, Wisconsin, named after James Madison, which equals 201. Like the Jesuit Order 201. Like the full name of the Jesuit Pope, Jorge Mario Bergoglio 201. That's Pope Francis, right? I mean, how? How? Rubi Vergara is a perfect match to Pope Francis in 3 out of the 4. The biggest number with the Pope is 201. This happened 201 days after Wisconsin's birthday. The Pope lives in suite number 201. Okay? Georgia Guidestones went down 201 days from the Pope's birthday. Catholic Pope equals 201. The list goes on. Now, Cody, I don't know if you saw this part before you came in. The student, the 14-year-old, her birthday is March 17th, 2010. She died December 16th, 2024. So they're saying she died exactly 177 months after she was born. Are you kidding me? The Jesuit Order, 177. New World Order, 177. She died 274 days after her birthday. That's the Jesuit motto, Jesus Hominum Salvator. Erin West, 103. Jesuits, 103. The Vatican, 103. We find out one of the victims is a 42-year-old, to go with the fact that this was 42 days after the governor's birthday. In Madison, which equals 42, like Jesuit 42. We got a 42-year-old teacher. We got a female shooter, female 42. Gun, ammo 42, like James Madison and Freemason. It was a 15-year-old on 15 days left in the year. Gun and ammo 15. Madison, Wisconsin, 74. Christian School, 74. Chief Sean Barnes, 74. Natalie Rupp, now 74. Active shooter, 74. Teacher Erin West, 74. Madison shooting, 74. Killing and Masonic, 74. East Buckeye Road, perfect match to Masonic Ritual in 3 out of the 4. Here's the Chief, Sean Barnes, perfect match to Freemasons. This happened 322 days before the mayor's birthday, which is Skull and Bones. Erin West equals Skull and Bones. Rubi Vergara equals Skull and Bones. Abundant Life, 109. Like Shooting and Gunfire, 109. The name of the manifesto was War Against Humanity, 109. Shooting was in Madison, Wisconsin, which is 107 and 44, like Shooting, 107, 44. The last name Rupp now is also 107, like Shooting. It happened 164 days before Wisconsin's birthday. Abundant Life Christian School shooting, 164. The active shooter was Natalie Ruppnow. What are the odds that Natalie Ruppnow equals active shooter in 2 ciphers? Come on now, people. And what are the odds Teacher Erin West is a perfect match to Christian School? in every cipher across the board. And again, if anybody wants to help out the channel, I could really use the help, and here's how you can do so. Thank you again to everyone who does support. All right, guys, that's it. Let me turn this thing around. Hey, Cozy, good to see ya. Hey, Katie. Hey, Travis. Hey, El Paculi. Hey, Gene Spliced. Hey, David. Hey, Decoding with Cody. Everyone, make sure you subscribe to Cody. Yep, all the regulars, man. I love seeing the regulars in here. You guys are so awesome. I just wish we could get this out to some new people, man. It's unfortunate. The same people that are commenting right now are the same people who have been commenting for the last couple years. You know? Doesn't help when they delete your channel, you know. Remember, it was like, what was it now, 4 months ago? They deleted both my channels at the same time. And the one channel had no strikes. The other channel only had 1 strike. Absolutely no reason. They gave me no warning, no nothing. And the one channel had 18,000 subs, the other had 6,000. Just gone. Got to rebuild again. You know, it's not easy, but, you know, we keep going. We keep going. Hey, Leslie, how you doing? Hey, Comfort in Jesus Christ. Let me just look something up real quick. Okay. All right, guys. Does anyone have anything to add or any questions? Let me know. If not, we will wrap it up. But yeah, long story short, the 2 big stories today. We've been talking about the Trump assassination and all the predictive programming for years. What are the odds on the Pope's 88th birthday? He lets us know he was nearly assassinated in Iraq 45 months ago. When Iraq equals 45, Trump number 45. We get this news on the Pope's 88th birthday, Trump equals 88. And it was 187 days after Trump's birthday, Society of Jesus 187, but 187 is also the homicide code. And we got this news exactly 614 weeks after he became the Pope. 614, that's Trump's birthday. So that's the one. And then the other story I told you guys days ago, the Wisconsin shooting was all connected to Obama before I got the names of the victims. And, I mean, could they be any more connected? Right? Some of the key points. Rubi Vergara equals Barack Obama. Right? She's 14 years old. Obama equals 14. Rubi Patricia Vergara, 134. Like Barack Hussein Obama II, 134. It happened 134 days after Obama's birthday. Erin West equals Obama. Teacher Erin West, 232. It was 232 days before Obama's birthday. Like Madison, Wisconsin, 232. Christian School, 232. Wisconsin shooting, 232. 10 months and 18 days before the mayor's birthday. You know, 10/18, huge with Obama. And then the biggest number with Obama, the number 44. It happened 44 days after the mayor's birthday in Wisconsin, 44. Madison, Wisconsin, 44. 4 months and 4 days before the Columbine anniversary when shooting's 44. And then Rubi Vergara is a perfect match to Pope Francis in 3 out of the 4. They set up the memorial on the Pope's birthday. The shooting was 201 days after the birthday of Wisconsin. Like James Madison 201, like the full name of the Pope 201, who lives in Suite 201. And you're telling me she died exactly 177 months after she was born when the Jesuit order's 177? You know? Sean Barnes, perfect match to Freemasons, 322 days before the mayor's birthday. Both names of the victims, both equal Skull and Bones. Madison, Wisconsin equals shooting in 2 ciphers. Rupp now equals shooting. Natalie Rupp now equals active shooter, and teacher Erin West is a perfect match to Christian school. You put all that together, I'd call that a slam dunk. Yet again, all credit to God. But yeah, definitely undeniable stuff. Hey, Comfort in Jesus Christ. Hey, Janet. Hey, Disagreeable. Good to see you. Hey, Charles. Hey, Samantha. But yeah, guys, the Antichrist is here. The false prophet is here. If the Antichrist is here, you know what that means? That means Jesus Christ is coming very soon. And that's why I do what I do. I know not everybody likes me or what I do or the way I do it. I don't get up here and just read straight from the Bible like some people. But every single video, I start with the gospel. I end with Jesus is coming soon. In between, I show you all the lies and the deception. Ephesians 5:11, exposing the evil. We count the number of the beast, 666. We expose Obama. And I show you guys the beast system is here. The end times are here. I don't really know what more people want from me. I cover the biggest news story of the day at the highest level possible. I try to get the stuff out as quick as I can. I show up pretty much every day. I go live. I do short videos. I do a community post. You know, I don't know why some people, some so-called Christians, think I'm such a bad dude. I don't know. Perhaps it's because I ask for money more than I should. Well, if I didn't need it, I wouldn't ask. And for the record, if anyone's wondering, my wife is starting a new job, okay? She's starting the job she's actually already started. She's on day 3. Actually, yeah, today would be day 3. Okay, so my wife started a new job, okay? Now, for the last several years, my wife's dad had been living with us, okay? He had cancer, okay? Stage 4 bone cancer, and he died last month, okay? He was helping us with rent, okay? So he was helping us with rent, and my wife was helping take care of him as he was dying, okay? Now that he's dead and gone, we're not getting that extra income coming in, so now my wife is getting a job, okay? Now, our daughter has autism, if y'all didn't know that, because it's not something I talk about all the time, but they will not let my daughter off the bus unless one of us is home, okay? So whether I need to go get a job or not, somebody has to be home, okay? And that is me. I am picking up my daughter with autism from the bus. So right now it's not even possible for both of us to go get a job at the same time because I'm making myself available in the mornings to do the YouTube, and then from 1 p.m. to 9 p.m. I'm Mr. Mom doing, you know, house chores, getting the kids fed, getting them from the bus stop, and my wife is working full time. Okay, so we're going through a transition stage right now. We went from having her dad stay with us for several years, helping us with the rent. He's now passed away, okay? My wife now has a job, but I still need to be available to get my daughter with autism. They will not let her off the bus unless someone is standing there, okay? So this has been my full-time job for the last 5 years, all right? And it's all worked out pretty well. But now some things are changing. So I am going through a rough transition right now. And remember, before her dad passed away, right? And by the way, when he passed away, we had to come up with the cremation money, which people were, you know, thankfully people helped us out there too. But let's not forget, 3 months before her dad died, my dad died, okay? And I was away from YouTube for a couple days and was trying to figure out finances. I had to go across the state, right? What happened 4 days before my dad died? Both my channels were deleted for no reason, okay? So in the last 4 months, both my channels were deleted. My dad died and her dad died. And she's now started a new job, okay? And again, I have to be home in the afternoons to get my daughter, okay? I'm not going to give up what God has told me to do to go get the 9 to 5 at this point, okay? If and when I am completely, totally broke and I can't, get a donation, if it's God's will for me to go get the 9 to 5, I will. But until then, I will continue to do this full time. Okay? And I don't care if people don't like it. You can not like it all you want. This is what God has called me to do. This is what I've been doing. I think I do it at a very high level. Notice nobody ever makes videos about me saying I'm incorrect or wrong or crazy. Notice you won't find those videos on YouTube. Go ahead and try. Type in JosephAcquaviva false teacher, whatever you want to type in. You won't find any videos saying I'm wrong about anything. Okay? So this is what God has me doing. And yeah, I just felt like telling you guys that. A couple trolls lately want to talk about, oh, I ask for support. Well, you know what's funny? I'm one of the only decoders out there that's not monetized. You ever notice that? Everybody else is monetized, which means they go live for an hour, they get paid from YouTube. I don't get paid a penny. Never have, never will. So it's unfortunate that it falls on the viewers to try to support me, but it is what it is at this point. So anyways, I hate talking about money, but there's been quite a few people lately that have, wanted to troll me because I asked for support. Well, that's why, all right? So now you know. My wife is starting a new job. We just lost major income. Her dad was helping us with the rent. He's gone, right? A lot of things have come up, and we're just struggling. But, once my wife, by the way, she hasn't got a paycheck yet. It's only day 3. So once she starts working more and checks start coming in, guess what you're probably going to see less of? You're probably going to see a lot less of me asking for money. You're going to see a lot less community posts saying, hey, I could really use the help. You're not going to see videos that say, hey, I'm really behind on rent. Can y'all help me out this month? So that is the plan, just so y'all know. My wife has a job, and once she starts getting paychecks, and she's got her job and I'm doing my YouTube thing, we should be fine, okay? But between now and then, yeah, if y'all want to help out, very much appreciated. And if you don't help out, that's okay too, because God's going to make a way. He's going to provide no matter what. And I'm mentally prepared to lose it all. I don't care. I could be homeless on the sidewalk or live in a tent. I don't care. The only reason I do this stuff is for my wife and kids. Trust me. If it weren't for my wife and kids, guys, I'd probably come on here once a week and say, hey, guys, all the signs are here. Jesus is coming soon. Keep looking up. All right? The only reason I do this is, number one, to put out truth, right? But at this point, after doing this for 5 years, I got 60 in the chat. Sometimes I think would I be better off just, selling everything and moving off grid, living in a tent in the woods? But I don't do that because this is what God has called me to do. And also I want to provide for my wife and kids, right? And now some people say, well, if you want to provide for your wife and kids, you need to go get the 9 to 5, right? Well, if I go get the 9 to 5, right, who's going to do these decodes at this level? Are you going to go watch Zach Hubbard and listen to him bash Jesus all day long? Okay? I mean, we have decoding with Cody, right? But besides Cody, Zach, Adam the Illusion, there's some great coders out there. Dr. Savage, he makes some great posts. But how many people are doing this at this level full time? There's like 3 people in the world, okay, that do this full time at this level. So, I'm not saying like y'all need me, y'all got to keep me here, but I'm just saying, it's almost like, I don't know if this is the right way to say it. It's almost like y'all have gotten so used to like amazing decodes that it's just become like whatever. And it's like, yeah, another perfect decode lined up perfectly. It's like you guys have become accustomed to me coming on here, giving you amazing stuff, and then it's like, But you don't realize there's like 3 people in the world that can even do this at this level. And how many of those people are even connecting this to an Antichrist? I love Cody. He's in the chat. Cody doesn't say Obama's the Antichrist and here's why. He doesn't have to. But I'm just saying, let's say Obama really is the Antichrist. Let's pretend for a minute he really is. How many people in the world are connecting the dots to the Antichrist daily. Just me. And that's the truth. Yeah, you got Jonathan Kleck, right? You know what Jonathan Kleck told me? He told me to get a life. Because I tried to tell him he was wrong about Donald Trump. For some reason, Mr. Fallen Angel Kleck thinks Donald Trump isn't necessarily a bad guy. There's still hope for him. Jonathan Kleck clearly has no discernment. So I try to tell him, I'm like, hey man, you know, all those Butler, all the indictments, it's all fake. Trump is an actor playing a role, calls himself the father of the vaccine, rolled out Operation Warp Speed, announced re-election 666 days after his last full day in office, and then Kleck told me to take a hike. All right? Several other channels I've tried to help. All your favorite watchmen, your Barry Scarborough and your Steve Fletcher and your Barry Aw, and who else we got? Generation 2434, and your Got a Minute, and your Franchop Pearson, and all your people, right? All the stuff I try to tell them, they just ignore it. They don't share it, right? They don't want to share nothing. They won't even let people know that COVID was declared a pandemic 666 days after pandemic simulation. Sometimes I think, are these people even real? You know? Like, what reality is this? Where I could be doing this for 5 years straight, all these people want to just ignore everything I show, and they just want to set rapture dates. You know? And then they come and go for 5 years, no shame, no one has any shame, but then they'll just continue to ignore my stuff, you know? But anyways, I'm just venting. But yeah, no ill will towards any of those guys. I just wish, people would actually share my information, not just think of it as some joke. You would think after the bridge collapse story, that would have done something for this channel. You remember remember that bridge collapse that happened at 1:28 a.m., 128 days from Francis Scott Key's birthday? And bridge collapse equals 128? And it was a cargo ship that lost control and hit the bridge, like Obama's movie. There was a cargo ship that lost control. And Obama's movie came out on 12/8/128, and President Barack Obama's 128. And the bridge collapse was in Maryland, which equals 128. And Obama's movie is about the power grid 128. And the name of the cargo ship in Obama's movie is White Lion. White Lion equals 128. And White Lion loses control with 128 minutes left in the movie, and 128 minutes into the movie, there's a bridge collapse. And the bridge collapsed 128 days from Joe Biden's birthday and 128 days from Francis Scott Key's birthday. It collapsed at 128, and bridge collapse equals 128. But anyways, you'd think information like that, we'd have more than 60 people watching after 5 years and 10,000 decodes. But anyways, it's not exactly easy to do this at this level every single day, be censored, shadow banned, ignored, trolled, made fun of, right, for 5 years straight. So, anyways, just wanted to put that out there. Those are some thoughts of mine. Anybody have any questions or anything to add? Let me know. But yeah, guys, I'm just a real dude. I've been a follower of Jesus my whole life, but I wasn't living right until 2019. I guess you could say I was born again in 2019, or had my awakening in 2019. When I totally decided to put God number one in my life and get rid of all my idolatry, which included the NFL. I used to be a big Trump fan. Before 2019, I fell for the mind control. I drank the Kool-Aid. But thank God he woke me up in 2019, just months before COVID. And God was showing me the number 222 everywhere. 2019, never heard of gematria. But turns out 222 is a very big number. Daniel 2:22, about the deep and hidden things. Acts 2:22, the only verse with the 3 words, miracles, signs, and wonders. Messenger chosen by God. 2:22, Jesus, the Lion of Judah. 2:22, key to the universe. 2:22, key to the apocalypse. 2:22, you must be born again. 2:22, the Antichrist, Barack Obama. 2:22, who tested positive for COVID 222 days from his birthday. Wuhan coronavirus equals 222, declared a pandemic 222 months after 9/11. First U.S. case 222 days from Trump's birthday. Trump equals 222. Donald John Trump Sr. 222. Trump won the election 222 days before his birthday. Ivana Trump died 222 days from her birthday. Trump's sister died 222 days from her birthday. There was a 222-page lawsuit against the Trump Organization where he took the stand 222 days from his birthday. Trump Organization equals 222. Should I go on? 222, pretty important, right? And to think God was showing me the number 222 in 2019, just months before COVID, right? By the way, Armageddon equals 222. Hidden codes equals 222. Flame of God, Strong's 222. Strong's 2222, life. My last name, Acquaviva, means water of life, living water. That's my real last name, by the way. First name Joseph, kind of biblical. Middle name Stephen, kind of biblical. Yeah, Joseph Stephen, water of life. That's my name. I was born on my mom's birthday, which is 522. Birthday equals 522. Birthing equals 522. Birth date equals 522. Galatians 522 is the fruit of the Spirit. And I was told as a 10-year-old in a dream, Jesus baptized me in a river. When he brought me up out of the water, he said, prepare them. And that's what he told me to do in 2019. He said, prepare them again and do this full time. And that's what I've done. If you didn't know, you know what I used to do before I did YouTube full time? I used to sell sports memorabilia, autographed football helmets, and footballs and jerseys. All right? I used to do what's called, they're called football breaks. What it is, you raffle off spots to get a chance to win like a prized helmet. You get like randomized and you pull a helmet out. And long story, I used to do that. I used to sell man cave stuff like neon beer signs and whiskey barrels. I used to buy and sell gold and silver. I had a buy-sell trade page I operated. And that's the other thing. Okay, people keep saying, oh, you need to go get a job. You need to go get a 9-to-5. Did you know I dropped out of college? I went to USF, University of South Florida, a real university. I had a 4.0, okay? I had a 4.0 in high school. I had a 4.0 in college. I had scholarships stacked high. Did you know I got paid to go to college? I had so many scholarships that I had leftover money every semester that they would write me a check between $3,000 to $5,000 a semester because I had so many leftover scholarships, and I lived in the dorm. And when I finally decided to drop out of college with a 4.0 in my third year of college, you know why I dropped out? Because I didn't want to work for the man. I didn't want a boss. Okay? That was over 10 years ago. I haven't had a real regular job in 10 years. Okay? I've worked for myself. So if and when this YouTube thing doesn't work out for me, which I know it will because God has my back, if and when this doesn't work out, I'm not going to get a 9-to-5 slave job. Okay? I'll be starting a business or, mowing lawns for myself. Okay? I've made it a point in my life to not work for the man. Okay? So for everyone that keeps pushing that, I don't know why you want to come to this channel and push the 9-to-5 Babylon slave system to me, because even before I was awake, I knew, hey, I don't want to work for anybody. All right? And long story short, when I finally decided to drop out of college, I got to live for free in the dorm for a year, because in order to keep your scholarship money, all you had to do was not fail every class. So what I did, I signed up for 5 classes, 4 of them online, 1 of them in person, was an archaeology class at night. And I didn't attend the online classes, right? But you had to not fail every class. So what I did, I made sure I got an A. In the one class I did take, I failed the other ones. All right? The whole reason I did that, so I could keep my scholarships, stay in the dorm, because the scholarships paid for the dorm, right? And you know what I did for a whole year? I lived rent-free in the dorm. I got 2 checks from the school, and I worked 40 hours a week at the Courtyard Marriott Hotel down the road in downtown St. Pete. All right? Now, not to pat myself on the back, but how many people can even do that? Where you have so many scholarships, right, that, and I'm not doing this to brag, I'm doing this to tell you that I'm not stupid, number one, and number two, I've made it a point to not work for the man, okay? And one of the only jobs I had for the man was that job right there, valet parker, Courtyard Marriott. And then after that job, believe it or not, I was a bouncer or a security guard at a couple clubs. And then for a brief time, I mowed lawns with somebody. But during that short span, that's the only time I've had a job. All right? And I've made it with God's help. But long story short, I lived in that dorm rent-free, made $10,000 from the university, and I worked 40 hours a week at the Marriott. Okay, so I know how to work, I know how to make money, and I'm not a stupid person. That's the whole point of telling you that story. All right? Yeah, I'm an entrepreneur, but I don't want to be, really. All I want to do really is get out of this world. if you know, if Jesus would come and put an end to all this stuff soon, that would be great. I'm not worried about being an entrepreneur. I don't really care about making money in this world except for survival, which again, if I didn't have the wife and kids, I'd be fine living in the woods. But unfortunately, my wife does not want to go off grid at this point in time. So, you know, rather than lose my family and go off into the woods by myself, I'm trying to make a way. And I'm trying to do this full time. She's doing her job now full time. And hopefully we'll be able to make ends meet. But anyways, I don't know how we got on all that, but glad we did. It's good to vent. But yeah. What a day. All right, let me check in with the chat. Hey Sandra, hey Aqua, hey Storm Chaser. Thank you, Gene. I appreciate it. Alright guys, I'm going to get out of here. Hopefully you learned something today. I think it's pretty undeniable. I think it's pretty clear at this point. Obama's the Antichrist. If you can't see that, don't know what to tell you. I think it's pretty clear we're in the end times. Alright? I think it's pretty clear they're pointing to the soon assassination of Trump. And, yeah, don't forget, between now and inauguration, we could see a President Kamala Harris. So, we'll see what happens. But anyways, guys, thanks for being here today. Thanks for being part of the channel. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Please do me a favor on the way out. Please hit the like and the share. Very much appreciated. And as always, keep looking up. We are living in the biblical end of days. Jesus is coming very soon. I can't wait. And I'll see you guys on the next video. God bless.